Malcolm-Jamal Warner, beloved for his iconic role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, tragically lost his life while vacationing with his family in Costa Rica. As new details emerge, a clearer picture has formed of Warner's heartbreaking final hours marked by heroism, a desperate fight against nature, and an urgent call for change in beach safety standards. A day meant for family joy. Sunday, July 20th, began as a peaceful getaway. Warner, 54, was enjoying the picturesque Playa Cocles with his wife and 8-year-old daughter. The beach, located on Costa Rica's Caribbean coast, is famous for its beauty but also notorious for powerful rip currents. According to eyewitness accounts, Warner and his daughter entered the water sometime between 2:10 and 2:30 p.m., just moments after wading in. A sudden rip current swept them out. What was meant to be a joyful swim quickly turned into a terrifying struggle for survival. Caught in a rip current, as Warner and his daughter were pulled further from shore, beachgoers sprang into action. A local surfer, witnessing the emergency unfold, immediately paddled out and managed to rescue the young girl, bringing her safely to shore. Tragically, Warner was still struggling in the water and had been submerged by the time others reached him. A volunteer lifeguard and a second surfer entered the waves in a desperate effort to reach the actor. When they finally located Warner, he was unconscious beneath the surface. They pulled him from the water and brought him to the beach as bystanders rallied to help fight to save him once on shore. The lifeguard, aided by 2 doctors who were vacationing nearby, began administering CPR. Others joined in, working tirelessly for at least 45 minutes in an attempt to revive Warner. Every possible life-saving measure was employed, but Warner showed no signs of response. Emergency responders from the Costa Rican Red Cross eventually arrived and took over resuscitation efforts. Sadly, they were unable to revive him. Warner was pronounced dead at the scene, leaving his family and the beachgoers in stunned silence. Autopsy results. A final confirmation and autopsy conducted on July 22 confirmed the cause of death as accidental drowning. The official finding was asphyxiation by submersion, ruling out any suspicion of foul play. The confirmation aligned with the accounts from witnesses and rescuers, affirming that the tragedy was a natural accident, a cruel twist of fate on an otherwise serene day. Beach safety concerns raised. Warner's death has reignited concern over beach safety in Costa Rica. Playa Cocles, though popular with tourists, lacked full-time professional lifeguards on duty at the time of the incident. The limited availability of trained personnel on many Caribbean beaches has been a growing issue. With volunteer groups often stretched thin, advocates are now demanding improved safety measures, including proper signage, government-backed lifeguard staffing, and expanded public education on ocean hazards. Many believe Warner's death could have been prevented if more resources were allocated toward beach safety infrastructure. Another life at risk. In a lesser-known detail, a 35-year-old bystander who also jumped into the water to help Warner became caught in the current himself. He was eventually rescued and transported to a nearby hospital in serious condition but is expected to recover. His act of bravery adds another layer of selflessness to the story and echo of how deeply strangers can care for one another in moments of crisis. A legacy remembered. As news of Warner's death spread, tributes poured in from all corners of the entertainment industry. Friends, colleagues, and fans expressed their grief and admiration. Known for his warm demeanor, grounded talent, and quiet strength, Warner had built a reputation not only as an actor but also as a poet, musician, and activist. His career stretched far beyond The Cosby Show. He had earned acclaim in shows like Malcolm and Eddie, The Resident, Read Between the Lines, and Suits, often portraying complex, dignified roles that resonated deeply with audiences. Off-screen, he was known as a dedicated father and a fierce advocate for mental health and racial equality. Final timeline of events. Time approx. Event 2:10 to 2:30 p.m. Warner and daughter enter water at Playa Cocles. Minutes later, rip current pulls both into danger. Immediate surfer rescues daughter. Warner still submerged. Shortly after, Warner retrieved by lifeguard and surfer. 45 minutes CPR and emergency efforts made on shore. Late afternoon, Warner pronounced dead. July 22. Autopsy confirms accidental drowning. The bigger picture. While Warner's passing is deeply personal to his loved ones and fans, it also shines a light on the broader issue of public safety. The lack of adequate lifeguard coverage in high-risk coastal areas is not unique to Costa Rica. It's a concern in many tourist destinations worldwide. The tragedy has sparked renewed calls for action and accountability. Final reflection: Warner's final moments were filled with both tragedy and courage. He died in a desperate attempt to protect his daughter, caught by a force of nature that can turn deadly in an instant. His legacy will live on, not just through the characters he portrayed, but also through the conversations now sparked around water safety, rescue readiness, and the fragility of life. In honoring him, we are reminded that every moment is precious and that even heroes can be taken too soon.